You've already addressed my next question as well. The part where what do governments, regulators, and investors can play a role in this ESG practice?
Certainly, before I answer this, I wanted to quote this, this famous, I wouldn't say even slogan, this famous quote. If I say, you might remember. Don't ask the country can do for you.
What you can do for the country.
Yes. You know these phrases coming from who?
Not sure.
J.F. Kennedy. In 1960. And there's another famous quote by him was, I want to go to the moon. You're familiar, right? That's called the Apollo. Armstrong and so on, going to moon.
Yeah.
So come back to the main thing. And it is always a collective effort. Of course, the government is to juggle, take care of it.
Yeah.
How to take care, juggle? Number one is to listen. Number two is to see. Number three is to talk.
Yeah.
Right? About the topics. There are many topics. There are also the government also got a lot of ministry.
Yeah.
That's why we once we are ready, the ESG we will engage with the relevant ministry and the agency to speak up about the topic about ESG related.
Yeah.
Then about rakyat, about consumer, about enterprise, about SME and so on. We got to know. It's very easy for us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. The danger of this, I don't know.
This ignorant attitude.
Of course, sometimes they have the reason, such attitude, because of they always think about profit. The moment they go into ESG, they need to pay extra in whatever thing they do, processes, equipment, and so on. Then it hit the bottom line. That's why you come back to the words of sustainability. So that's why it is not right or wrong, as I said earlier as well. Right? So it's how can we come up collectively, whether to the workshop, whether to the dialogue, whether to the event, whether to the counseling, and so on and so forth. I still remember during the earlier radio interview. So the producer asked me a question and said, what would I suggest to the government? Walao, we are not there yet. We can't do what we can do. We know who we are for now, and it's a progression of NGO. It's a journey.
Yeah.
So then I just said I must answer the question. Oh yes. He said, Cheah, you must answer. Okay. Then why not the government form a national or center point of contact center? That means the FAQ for this ESG.
Yes.
Right? It's like a hotline, like an expert is responding. I might not answer the call now, but I have an answer for you. Of course, I don't want to talk about any kind of the latest hot topic about the AI, chatbot, and so on. So, and that is the international, and the country should have certain things, including the investing. Of course, government will leave it, but some like NGOs and companies, we will be agnostic. We will be vendor agnostic because we are NGO, right? Oh, you can talk to this. However, the decision is you.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned about demand, supply. I mentioned about buyer, seller, right?
Yes.
So, end of the day, it's your right, the decision.
Yeah.
Then come back to this. How government, I give one suggestion. The second is that I also say listening, and talking, and seeing. So this is a very, very fundamental. They cannot sit at the office, they cannot sit up there and without realizing. Of course, I'm not promoting any of the minister and so on. Some minister, the new government, unity government, some of them really go to the site. Instead of hearing from the lieutenant, hey, you let me know what happened there. Which compare you yourself going there. Of course, don't bring an entourage. You yourself going there and see by your eye, which means what? That means you talk to the people and you will hear the true voices. And in any policy or anything. So as an association, we want to say, touching the ground. You know, touching the ground means that you are connecting with the ground. ESG topic also similar. You must touch it up. Whether it's academy, whether it's government, whether it's this, whether it's this. Right? Of course, the third thing very, very important. None other than people. We call it the talent. If everybody thought, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but where are the experts? Where are the talent? Whether do we have a supply, whether from the university or supply from the industry? Are we going through a series of the upskilling, reskilling for this ESG? Oh, I want to comply ESG. What? How to comply? Who to comply? End of the day is you. For example, let's say PhillipCapital wanted to comply to the ESG. How? You ask me, no? Then I ask you. Then, So this is very important. How you connect the dots. Right? The moment you can know where, that's why the association, we are not the only association, but we wanted to serve as a platform and serve as a reference for many members or potential member or outside member to come forward. Hey, at least there's some platform who claim they are ESG. Hey, why not I talk to them? I bring this question to them. If they answer, then I come back. If they cannot answer, I go for another party or another association, another company to ask for a question. Recently, I attended a media workshop. I was very impressed. One of the slides, I think the message is talking about sustainability. Is it equal to or not equal to survivability? Survival, sustain. Sustain, survive. So that it make a big impact. So come back to the government, and of course the fourth thing I wanted to pursue, and in any industry, right? Actually, this is called the new industry. Some expert or even call it the green economy. We need to nurture. It's a forming stage, right? Before it's storming and performing. So, and there's, I try not to say this. It's about certain subsidy of funding, then put to the right party and invest into the right company or right person. Then he or she, then the ecosystem. Government should encourage to build the ecosystem. Whether the ecosystem or EV or was are moving towards this EV, right? And how about the ecosystem? And there's one part of EV. Then how about the electricity? The fossil is very detrimental. The greenhouse gas, the net zero. How many of us really understand? We are still learning. And then what will be the new opportunity economy that so-called green economy are being put focus or attention to it? Right? Of course, the agriculture. Right? There are many verticals. And for us, we are ESG. We do nothing. We only focus ESG. If you ask us to do about any other compliances, sorry, we don't know. But slowly and gradually, we will be acquiring the know-how of ESG because we are doing ESG only about this association.
Okay. Given your background is into IT, innovation, technology, venture capital, as well as high tech manufacturing, so we'd like to know what is the role of technology in ESG?
Thank you for this question. This is very close to my DNA. I've been doing technology related for the last 22 years. I started as a programmer. And before that, let me quote this also.
Okay.
System make it possible. I mean, the technology make it possible. People make it happen. So I want to condition this. Technology is not a Superman. It's not everything. You buy tech, you buy latest phone, you buy latest system, you buy the most expensive system, but it doesn't mean that you acquire the most sophisticated business practices or solution to address your problem. That's what I want to clear the line. Because I was going through kind of memories when you ask this question. That's many years ago. This is sensitive topic even for now the government, but that's not important. We talk about GST implementation.
Okay.
Many years ago, decades ago. So, but the gist of it is not about we activate or whatnot. But the storyline was, I was attending a dialogue with all the government, ministry, agency, and also the amount of SME locked down in the world, about thousands of them. And question very exciting. Then one of the business owners stand up. Whatever you government said this is GST this is it. Okay, can we buy this financial or accounting solution 1,000 ringgit? I only want to pay 1,000. Then how to do? This is to me like as a techie man, but now I'm more to the business side. This is a bit of disrespect about intellectual property. People took months or years to come up with and to sustain, to maintain, continue the R&D. You say 1,000 ringgit. So that is becoming adverse impact about the tech. That's why the technology selling doesn't work. You must come from a solutioning or business address problem solving. Right? So they must become into that perspective. So yeah, my experience that I was very blessed and fortunate. I'm going to technology implementation. And whether it's from the inventory control, about warehousing, whether it's talking about material requirement planning, financial system, about this, about that. And this system objective, the tech is to enable the business user or the business end user to provide the algorithm platform for them to capture the data. Then come back to my earlier sharing was the tech definitely is inevitably. This is a fundamental of this addressing this solution. Of course, there's a high end, mid end, and low end. It depends on the business needs. So you must find the right person to talk about it. Then choose the right solution to address your, whether it's ESG reporting, whether it's talking about your business transformation or the famous what we call digital transformation. But I also run some company. We are very much promoting this sustainable transformation. Sustainable transformation means that it have to be cyclic. It have to be able to sustain. And I always work for it. We will only provide reasonable and right solution match to the customer. And as an association also, the basis of it, I always share with my members, my comrades, this association form, remember, is not profit. But then why the member want to join us? Because of the new business opportunity. There's nothing more. To sustain, to pay for their salary, to their employee, and so on. However, the solutioning itself have to be sustainable. Whether it's MRP, whether it's ERP, or whether it's whatever the new words they want to use, or IR 4.0 solution, whether it's this robotic process automation, and whatever NFC or blockchain, and so on and so forth. Right? Anything we do is to address and helping the business to solve their business problem. So that itself, we used to call the business IT and IT business. In the old days, we always talk about IT. Then business people very difficult. But if we talk about the ESG, it is a global, it's not about trend. It's a must. So it is a business challenge. Then the IT comes in, or technology comes in, to help the business to elevate, to solve, to reduce, or even to create a new business avenue, new business opportunity for the new business venture. That is the power of IT.
I see. I think our audience will have a clear view on the importance of technology in this. Okay, coming to our final question, linking it back to the importance of decision making towards ESG. How do investors, linking it back to our company background as well, how will ESG factors incorporate into investing?
Very good question. I'm not PhillipCapital. I'm not investment banker. But some of my job is doing a little bit VC, a little bit PE, or a little bit investment. There's two sides of coin. If we talk about investment into non-ESG awareness companies, what will be the upside and downside? You can make a lot of money, fast money. But what will be the drawback?
There will be potential risk there as well.
And the IRR, IRR return and so on, and the tenure of the returning is maybe 1 year, 2 years. Very short, can make money. Business very profitable. You remember I said just now the purpose and profit? And then investing into ESG related topics is not only to have a good position about your fund, about your company. Hey, this is a CSR. CSR and ESG is different. So this is part of the responsible investment company. And we are investing for the future. We are investing for doing our part to the society, to the environment, and to the country, to the Mother Earth. Isn't it? So I want to share one story.
Okay.
Very simple story. It's a starfish story.
Okay.
So there's in the beach one day, there's an old man and a young boy. A kid, not even a young boy. There's 1,000 of starfish stranded on the beach. Then the young boy, walk, then squat down and pick up the starfish and threw back to the water. Then the starfish will survive. Then the old man observed. Old man being old man, wiser, more experienced. Boy, you must be crazy. There are thousands of starfish there. You alone can do what? You know what's interesting? The young boy never get offended. They said, "Uncle, I'm doing it." So, why you do it? You can't do it. You can't save all the starfish anyway. Yes, I know. But there's one starfish I picked, I threw back to the water, I saved one. Right? So if I don't do, the one itself I saved also die. And if no more starfish, then what would be the ecology and in the planet? Every one of the living insect, living animal or species in this world with the reason, isn't it? So, and if I do so, then I will say, and I hope, Uncle, you also come and do, then the rest of it also come and do. So, to me, the investment principle, whether it's a global or this has become like a rich country bully the poor country, because they are established already, they can go what they can do.
Yeah.
But poor country is in the developing world. Even the food itself also cannot, water shortage, and because of climate change, the shortage of clothes, shortage of so many the basic necessities. You know, the Maslow hierarchy.
Yeah.
Right? And come back to the investment. This is a choice. I cannot be advised all the champion out there, whoever listen to this podcast and so on. By my humble view, the choice is in your hand. You know, this is your company philosophy or policy need to be revised, revisit, or adapt to this ESG trend. Today we are talking about ESG. Tomorrow we might talk about GES. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we talk about any other new buzzword possible.
Yeah.
But the moment you do a deep dive into this topic, and I think it's very rewarding, not only in terms of the return, rewarding in terms of your self-esteem or self-actualization or self-respect, or you even feeling about, I have done something. I did something for the betterment of the earth, betterment for the society, betterment for everything. So I hope I answer your question, because investing, different people having different criteria. I really hope that moving forward, whoever PE, private equity, or VC, the topic, the company that they invest, think when they do the due diligence and so on. Please, if I may humbly suggest to include the ESG data points as one of the evaluation criteria. It may not be a mandatory. I learned some company or some investor that started to enforce this mandatory investment. No joke.
That's really good.
Yes. Hopefully our association can play our roles with more members comes in and working together collectively, work as a team. Then we can fulfill part of it, contributing part of it like a Safi story.
Okay.
We are not the government, we are not the world organization, we are not the United Nations and so on. But every one of us should play our part.
Correct.
Yeah. So instill this mindset, and it's not a trend. I don't even call it a trend. This is a must. And the business nature is coming to awakening. This is time for us to do something. Deforestation, the flood happening, the climate change, the 1.0 to 2, what will happen? You know, the global climate, and first time in the North Port or South Port, they can see, you know, the ice was just
Melting.
without any reason. No, things happen with a reason.
Yes. Thank you, Cheah, for sharing your valuable insights on ESG. We really learned a lot of things today. So thank you. Today, now we will end the session today. We hope you learned something new about ESG and start implementing something in your life more ESG related. And if you have any questions or concerns or any other topics that you would like us to talk about, please just leave down in the comments below and we will address it one day. So thank you so much. Thank you, Cheah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you. God bless all.